I was having a conversation with a leader in workforce development the other day, and a couple of numbers that you should know. Kids who have jobs from the age of 16 to 18 will earn 40% more across their lifetime than kids who do not have jobs when they're 16 to 18. The other number that people need to know is that there are 25,000 young people walking around in Rhode Island, no job, not in the military, and not in school. This gentleman's contention when he gave me this terrible story, this dreary kind of downer story, was that the only way to change that, the only way to change our economy in this state, the only way to really get into workforce development and come back to the top is to reform the education system. So let's talk about in K through 12. So let's talk about that a little bit in Providence and how the arts filters into that. First thing, we don't hold the arts in high regards in schools. We talk about reading, writing, and arithmetic. Those are great things. We all need them. Arts needs to be involved in the situation too. But it's not enough to just simply say we want to include that or to even throw some money at it. We need to start to look at the way we educate our kids. And if right now we are teaching to tests, arts don't factor into tests. We cannot have an educational system that simply teaches to tests. The other way we show that we devalue the arts in our schools is that a lot of art teachers float. They aren't in place at a school. They aren't in a classroom. They don't have a place to call home, and the kids don't have a place to identify as the place that they go for art. Fundamental changes need to be made. It's not enough to simply say we're going to throw some money at it or not throw some money at it. We need to value the arts somehow in our educational system. That comes with just redesigning the system. And my time's up.
Well, you can talk about it a little more because I'm intrigued.
I figured you might get on that one.
It sounds to me like you want to get involved in curriculum development. So,
well, right now the mayor picks the school committee. I will tell you that I think the school committee should be elected. But right now the mayor picks the school committee. So in some way, yeah, the mayor's involved in curriculum development. Certainly has some influence in that right now.
Do you have examples of how the arts have been infused into school systems in other places that you say, this is what I'm talking about?
Well, there are certainly cities, you know, Austin comes to mind, Austin, Texas, Pittsburgh picked it up as part of their system. I'm not talking about necessarily infusing them. I'm talking about getting rid of the barriers for arts to be an equal player with reading, writing, and arithmetic. There are some kids that go to school just for sports. That's why they do it. There are other kids that go to school just for art. I've seen Moses Brown, where I went to school, private school. I get it, I know, they have a lot of money. But they've taken a whole wing, and kids thrive in the arts. They've turned out nationally known singers, artists, photographers, models, folks, because they gave them the opportunity. It doesn't always take money to do that. It takes a willingness to do it, and a willingness to understand it.
Okay.
The mayor's action should reflect the priority. So in interviewing the superintendent of schools and interviewing the school committee members, this needs to be made a priority. Don't talk the talk, you need to walk the talk. And you will reflect that in your negotiation, in your deliberation with each and every school committee member. Now, someone talked earlier about engaging private philanthropy. Absolutely you need to do that. Let's expose our kids to something positive. Arts are positive. It's creative. It engenders so many different things, as opposed to some of the other things that our children are being exposed to in the city and in the schools. There's gangs in schools. That's the reality of it. Why not expose them to something positive? But the key here, if it's a priority, you tell that you insist that the superintendent and the school committee make this a priority for them, or you will do what needs to be done to terminate their employment. It's that simple. This is about being a leader. We're not hearing that. This is about being a leader. You talk about, someone asked about first attack, where can we get the money? The schools have consultants on top of consultants. We can eliminate some of that. Duplication of services. Why is there communication in the education department and in the administration? We can eliminate many administrators. We can stop people at the bottom of the rung as opposed to the top of the rung. We don't need to pay consultants $650 a day while they're living in Chicago. We can do this in-house. I say, put that money where it needs to be, in the hearts and souls and minds of our children. Thank you.